My Loving Grandma. This story revolves around a grandma and her grandson named Ramu. In a small village, away from the hustle bustle of the city life, in a small house, lived a grandma and her loving grandson. Even though the house was small, Grandma had maintained it very neat and clean with lots of flowering plants all around. Unfortunately, the little grandson had lost his parents when he was very small, and Grandma was the only person taking care of him. She was quite old, and in order to earn a living, used to go to nearby houses and do whatever small chores she could do. And with the little money that Grandma earned, she used to send her grandson to school and meet all their expenses. Even though it was barely enough to meet their requirements, they both lived happily. The little grandson somehow sensed his grandma's helplessness and never demanded anything. It was festive season and a fair was being set up in their village. A fair is an outdoor event with lots of entertainment and food. Children especially love visiting fairs because they get to play a lot of rides, eat a lot of variety of food, and enjoy lot many other things. One day her grandson came running to her from school and told, "Grandma, Grandma, a fair has been set up in the town. All my friends are going. Please, can I also go with them? I want to see the fair. Also, Grandma, I need some money to buy a toy or some sweets. All my friends also would be bringing money." Even though Grandma was very happy to let him go, she was guilt-ridden because she did not have much money to give him. She barely had a 10-rupee note as savings. She glumly handed it over to him and told him to buy whatever he could with that. Even though Ramu knew it was a small amount, he never complained and happily and carefully put that amount into his pocket, bid her goodbye, and ran to join his friends. They were all very excited and enjoyed each and every moment at the fair. As they were going around seeing different entertainment programs and stalls, they came across a toy store. And we all know children, they are so passionate about toys. They all started looking at the wonderful toys there. One of his friends bought a toy policeman holding a gun. Another friend bought a toy aeroplane with a pilot. They were all really thrilled. But little Ramu, even though he was yearning to buy a toy, something stopped him from spending the little money he had. Ramu's friends were busy with their toys and they were all excitedly walking around. Next came the sweet shop, and all his friends bought different kinds of sweets. And when they asked Ramu why he was not buying anything, he said he was not really hungry. But his friends, being very caring, forced him to eat some of the sweets that they had bought. They moved on, and suddenly Ramu stopped as he came across a shop selling different kinds of cutlery. His eyes were searching for something, and suddenly his face brightened up as he saw that thing which he had very much wanted to buy. He asked his friends to wait there and ran into the shop and asked the shopkeeper for the price of a spatula that was hanging from the roof. He had just 10 rupees and he was praying that it should not cost more than that. But when the shopkeeper said its cost was 11 rupees, he was almost in tears. But somehow he gathered some courage and asked the shopkeeper if he could sell it for 10 rupees. And to his utmost surprise, the shopkeeper agreed. He grabbed the spatula and excitedly ran towards his friends. His friends were amused to see him carry a spatula, and they asked him what he would do with that. He said that the toy that he was looking for was the spatula and that it is his favorite toy. They all laughed and moved on. It was getting dark and they all decided to return home. As they were walking back, his friend started playing shooting game with the toy policeman. And suddenly, a click sound came and the toy policeman's hand broke into two pieces. He started crying, and Ramu, feeling sad, gave him his spatula to play and told him that he could play however he wants with his spatula as it would never break. And his friend happily walked playing with it. Seeing the spatula game, even the third friend asked Ramu if he could play with it, to which Ramu agreed, and somehow Ramu felt proud of his choice. Now they all reached a point from where they all separated and ran towards their homes. Ramu rushed home and from outside the house he shouted, "Please come out, Grandma. See what I have got from the fair." Grandma opened the door and suddenly was shocked to see him carrying a spatula. She never expected that from him. She just asked him in despair, "Oh, my little son, of all the things in the fair, did you find only this spatula to buy? Did you not find anything else there? Why did you buy this?" Ramu did not expect this response from Grandma and was suddenly taken aback. He shook his head and told, "Grandma, many times I have seen you burn your fingers while cooking rotis because you don't have a spatula. So I bought this for you so that you don't ever burn your fingers again. I feel sad to see your fingers getting burnt." Grandma could not believe what she heard because her Ramu was too small to think so big. She burst into tears and hugged him as never before. Both of them had a lovely dinner together, and as she was making him sleep, telling him a story, she looked at the sky and said, "Oh God, thank you for the precious gift you've given me. Still, I can't believe a little boy could." And she was again in tears. Thanks for watching Rivora Tube. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or suggestions. Stay safe and happy. Thank you. Bye-bye.